Where you at, family? Today we're back with another video. This is a case that has been trending on TikTok. I don't know what's been going on, but while it is sad to see how many PDF files are out in the world, I am also happy to a degree that it's almost seeming as if their days of hiding in the dark are coming to an end. Today we're going to be reacting to the Haley Beck case. Files are worse than you think.
Suspect's best friends are students.
They're nice to me.
Two teachers accused of abusing one student victim.
Haley Beck, a 27-year-old former high school teacher, is under investigation after allegedly grooming her teenage student and sexually abusing him. It has been alleged that she sent over 4,000 texts and over $630 to the victim during the abuse. You might also recognize the last name Beck. Haley Beck is the older sister of TikTok star Noah Beck, a content creator who used to make videos with the likes of the D'Amelios. We'll kind of talk.
Oh. That's some lore I didn't even pick up on. So she's related to some influencers, okay.
Talk about that later. According to the statement of charges, Haley was placed.
You'd think you'd move a little bit more tact, like, okay, maybe, just maybe, I should keep my disgusting little witchy hands to myself and not fondle children.
On administrative leave in August 2025 after the district received a report from the police department alleging a sexual relationship with a student. The Arizona Republic reported that Haley is accused of grooming the student for months. Haley's attorney, Matt Long, said, Ms. Beck is entitled to due process. We are confident that a complete review of the facts will confirm her innocence. I'm not quite sure how her innocence is going to be confirmed, as the police report has been published online and you can see all the messages that she sent to the victim, and it is disgusting. But I guess this is just standard legal defense jargon that you would expect when somebody is accused. Another teacher from the same school was also accused of abusing the same boy. They were both put on administrative leave in August 2025, but the other teacher, Angie Berlacca, voluntarily surrendered her Arizona teaching certificate. Haley, on the other hand, didn't. So Angie has been teaching the school for 25 years, which adds another disturbing layer to this whole situation, because you just think there probably is other victims involved. Because
I get it. I get it in the sense that when it comes to these PDF files, it's like a power dynamic thing where they want to just take advantage of the younger and more immature. But it's just like, there's so many people out here, bro, that are your age. There's so many. Like, I don't understand. It's truly disgusting.
Haley didn't give up her teaching certificate. She was subsequently fired after the school district board voted for her to be dismissed. Again, that's all well and good, but the damage has kind of already been done, and it begs the question, how do two predators become hired at a school? I mean, is there background checks, or was this their first? You know, I just highly doubt that this was an isolated incident. I think that's one of the most disheartening things about this entire situation. You send your kids off to school, you expect them to be safe. The documents released show that Haley Beck gave the child money, gifts, including special treatment during classes, special treatment in quotation marks. Obviously, it doesn't really feel like the appropriate word in this scenario, but this kind of included boosting of his grades and help with work more than the other students. The police also said she gave him access to her car, bought him gifts, food, alcohol, and drugs, and paid him more than $600, calling herself a sugar mama and writing that it felt like straight prostitution. So yeah, this situation is particularly disturbing. If you were on TikTok, you've probably seen people talk about it, many people making jokes about it. We'll get onto that later, but I feel like I should cover this because I do feel like there is an underrepresentation of male victims, especially when it comes to women being the perpetrators. And the reason why this has also got this whole other side to it, which I wanted to cover, is that Noah Beck is the sister of Haley, the person we're talking about today. Now, you'll know Noah Beck. He did videos with the likes of Bryce Hall and Charlie D'Amelio and that kind of genre of TikToker that just dance and kind of become famous for literally no reason. And I think it's really unfair, really, for Noah. I've seen a lot of people say that they think that he knew, and a lot of people say that he's at fault.
That's not fair, man. Again, we don't know that for sure, but if let's not jump to that conclusion. Let's give people grace and hope that, you know what I'm saying, that they didn't know. Because I feel like, yes, obviously they're close, obviously they're related, but bro, these are grown adults that are living their own grown adults' lives. Like, you can't just lump Noah Beck into the bullshit because his sister was out being a fucking weirdo.
In some kind, and I think people jumping to them conclusions should be really careful. I think it's really unfair to be including Noah as someone who should be accountable when we don't know that to be true yet. Obviously, if it comes out that he had known or he did know, then that's a completely different story.
Yeah, let's see that to be the case before jumping to that conclusion.
Like Noah Beck's sister, and I just think it's unfortunate that his name's getting dragged through the mud when it's this woman who should be held accountable and should be being criticized. We're gonna have a look through some of the conversations between Haley and the victim. It's really sad and really disturbing. I genuinely felt sick reading through the documents. On the 30th of July 2025, 2005. The police department received information regarding 2 teachers from a retracted high school, later identified as Angela Beck and Haley Beck, were engaged in some form of relationship with the student, identified as retracted. Initial information was not clear if the 2 teachers were co-conspirators or were acting independently of each other. An initial report, 2025, was created to document the incident. Angela was the first teacher to be identified, and at the time Haley had not been identified. It wasn't until later that Haley was identified, and a second report was created to document Haley's involvement. As this investigation continued, both investigations shared a significant amount of information, and it became difficult to separate. Therefore, both incidents will have the same information, as they share many of the probable cause for legal process throughout the investigation. After identifying myself to Haley, I provided her a copy of the search warrant and explained it to her line by line. I informed her I would be seizing her cell phone, which was in her hands while I was speaking with her. Haley handed me her cell phone and was cooperative. I explained to Haley the search warrant was for her residence as well as her workplace. She understood. I asked Haley if she was willing to speak with me. She said yes. I told her we would speak at the police station or speak inside my unmarked police vehicle, whichever she felt more comfortable with. Haley chose to speak in the police vehicle. I led Haley to the police vehicle and she sat in the front passenger seat while I sat in the driver's seat. Once inside, I made it abundantly clear Haley was not under arrest, not detained, and free to leave at any point. I specifically told her if she at any point she no longer wished to speak with me, she was free to leave at any point. Haley acknowledged this information. I explained to Haley because she was not in my custody and it was clear the conversation was consensual, I was not going to read her rights. She understood. Lastly, I asked if she acknowledges she does not have to talk to me. She said absolutely. The following is a summary of what Haley told me. For exact details, please refer to the digital recording, which was later uploaded to actionevidence.com. Haley said she's going on her 6th year of teaching at the high school, and this is the only school she's ever taught at. Haley teaches social studies and psychology. I asked Haley if she was familiar with blank, and she said yes. I asked her to tell me about the relationship with blank. Haley has had blank as a student twice in the past 2 years. Haley said they got close as peers, then immediately corrected and said not as peers, but as teacher-student, and he is always in her classroom. Haley said blank is going through a lot with transferring.
Close as peers. That is a child. You are an adult and a teacher. What do you mean close as peers?
To another school in California. Haley said she knows blank well. I clarified blank is blank. Haley confirmed. She said everyone calls him blank. Sorry, it's a bit confusing with the redacted. I asked Haley if she ever contacts students outside of school or a school function. Haley said she always gives out her phone number on parent information sheets. Haley also said she is the girls' soccer coach and her soccer players have her phone number. Haley said her players will text her for emergencies in case they can't practice. Haley does communicate with other students via the school messaging applications. Now, obviously, I don't know what school messaging applications entails, but there is absolutely no reason, in my opinion, that a teacher should be contacting any students unless it is via emails, where the emails are often monitored by the school. I don't know. To me, I think any teacher that has access to message their students, that's an automatic alarm bell. And
I mean, I want to co-sign that, but I mean, shit, when I was in high school, you know, especially playing sports and stuff, you would have a teacher's phone number, but it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, I guess maybe because there's so many weirdos out there, we do need to just go ahead and switch it over to emails or something like that, because it's just like there's just too clearly we can't trust adults to be adults and do what they're supposed to do as adults. You know what I mean? But I remember texting my coaches and, you know, but just simple like, yo, practice today at this time. Yo, coach, can you pick me up? You know, I'm running late or whatever. Coach, I'm running late. I'm gonna miss practice today. You know, basic, reasonable conversation. You know, there's after school clubs, book clubs, like things like that where I feel like it's appropriate. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I just feel like, fuck, it's just so sad that we have to, you know, I guess take that ability to communicate away because people just really can't control themselves. It's crazy.
What I don't understand is at a school where clearly Haley was talking to many students is how the school didn't pick up on the fact that this woman was talking to people in a non-professional manner, talking to not people, kids. Haley was talking to children. I mean, like, I don't know the ins and outs, but I just failed to see how the school didn't know that two of their teachers was communicating with their children.
Two is crazy.
It's really scary to think that, you know, when you have children, you send them to a school, you expect them to be safe, and this is what's happening. Haley said she has communicated with Blank via Instagram over the summer because he was in a weird place about going to another school. Haley said she felt like she and Blank had a good student-teacher relationship, and he felt...
Okay, and that's where, like, the line definitely gets drawn. Like, if you're a teacher, if I'm a teacher, and one of my students reach out to me on some shit like that, like, hey, Mr. Berto, I'm really nervous about X, Y, and Z. Like, to me, that's not my responsibility, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm reaching out to their parents. You know, if I don't have the parents' contact, I'm reaching out to the school, letting them know that, hey, man, so-and-so is going through something. I'm your teacher. I'm not your therapist. I'm not here. Like, I'm not your friend. I'm not looking to be your friend. You know what I'm saying? Keep it respectful. You know, at most maybe respond, hey man, I'm sorry to hear that. Look, I'm going to do whatever I can to get you some help and some resources. You know, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Let me get your parents' phone number. Maybe we could set up a conversation to see what we could do to help. You know, like, that's it. But it's like, anything past that, there's no reason why you should be texting, going back and forth on more personalized subjects with a student as a social studies teacher. Like, what the like, come on.
Talking to her about issues, immediately a red flag. Again, there should be no social media communication between a teacher and a student. The crazy thing is, she would have known at this point, oh, I fucked it. Why lie? Like, this is what I hate about abusers. Like, they always lie and lie and lie, because in their head they can never be an abuser. They're never the bad guy. Hailey said she and Blank do not follow each other on Instagram, but felt that Blank was giving her a heads up about being leaving. Whoever wrote, being leaving does make sense. Never mind. I'm just stupid today. I asked Hailey if Blank had a phone number. She said yes. Hailey told me her brother has a significant following on social media, which is yes, Noah Beck. As we mentioned, I conducted research prior to speaking with Hailey and learned Hailey's brother Noah Beck is a high-income social media personality. Noah is reported to have 33 million followers on TikTok, 7.8 million followers on Instagram, and over 1.51 million subscribers on YouTube. Noah has a reported net worth to be between $3 to $6 million as of 2024. Noah was listed in Forbes 30 under 30 social media in 2023. Again, I think this is what makes the situation extra crazy for some people, because this is Noah Beck's sister. I actually feel sorry for Noah Beck. I think his name being in the forefront of this is very unfortunate when he has nothing to do with it, right? This is his sister who is an abuser, and now his name is being used in so many headlines. Obviously, my sympathy only goes as far believing that he had no knowledge of it. A lot of people have jumped into the conclusion that he knew. I don't particularly think that's a fair conclusion to come to when we don't know that, and he genuinely might not have known. Most abusers don't go around telling people that they're abusing children. Hailey said she also appeared on social media with her brother, and her information is easily accessible to the public. Hailey said her brother is popular amongst high schoolers, and she frequently gets asked about him. Yeah, I'm sure she'll pull back hard, won't she? Oh, I just talk to people because they like my brother and blah, blah, blah. Hailey continued to say that Blank initially messaged her via Instagram, then randomly text messaged her later in spring semester. She said it was during this time Blank was thinking of transferring to California. She clarified and said the end of May of 2025. I asked Hailey why would Blank leave for California in his senior year in high school. I knew Blank was the something when something high school won the state championship. Hailey said she never pried, but Blank felt the coaching staff wasn't advocating for him. Next, I told Hailey I had received information that there had been complaints from other staff and students about Hailey's relationship with Blank. I provided examples of hearing about inappropriate messages and being seen in public together. I asked Hailey if there were any truth to these accusations. Hailey said she would go to away football games with the staff members to support the team. She denied any times intentionally meeting up with Blank in public. She provided examples of randomly seeing Blank while at local restaurants, but was never planned meeting him. Again, that's how often do you bump into people? How often do you accidentally bump into your students? I don't think
you know what I'm saying? I've definitely caught a teacher at the fucking grocery store a couple of times, but, you know, that's just a quick, oh, hey, hi, bye situation. 9 times out of 10, they look awkward as shit, because I ain't gonna lie, seeing a teacher out in the wild sometimes used to just be the funniest thing, because you kind of forget that they're regular people too. So they're just in their regular clothes, regular attire, doing what they do, and they're, you know, they be chilling. And now as an adult, I get that even more. Holy shit. God damn, y'all. This what 30 feels like? Nigga just started choking to death mid-speech. Holy! That was crazy. What was I saying? Bruh! That's crazy, man. Birthday's May 3rd. Turning big 3-0 in a couple of days, y'all. Is this what 30 feels like? Nigga just start fucking coughing to death mid-combo? I was saying that, you know, as you get older, you realize that your teachers, you know, people that you kind of just think are NPC characters in your life as a kid, they are real people too. So, you know, I feel like anytime I see a teacher out in the grocery store, you know, especially looking back, they're probably just minding their business, you know, probably not put together the way that they put themselves together for school. And it's just like, oh shit, you got to put that fucking, that stupid voice that, you know, us as adults put on when we're interacting with kids. Oh, hey, Timmy, how are you? You know, just while you were just looking for some fucking bread or milk in the aisle, like, bro. Anyways, point is, that doesn't happen that very often. Seeing your teacher out in public is like seeing a Pokemon, a rare Pokemon in the grass. For all my Pokemon lovers, you're going through the grass and then you see a fucking Deoxys pop up or a goddamn Rayquaza. If you know, you know. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? It's a once in a lifetime thing. But real quick, don't skip, because if you like to make money as much as you spend it, you're gonna want to hear this. If you use a debit card for most of your purchases, you're probably missing out on rewards that you don't even realize. I didn't know this either, but I recently just found this app called Bridge that basically turns your debit card into a rewards card. Normally you need a credit card to get points or cash back. With this, you literally just link your debit card and you start earning automatically. And all you gotta do is just keep spending how you normally do. I partnered with them because with inflation going crazy right now, we're gonna have to spend that chicken anyway when you're talking about gas, egg prices.
Everything's just too damn expensive.
So if you're gonna spend that money anyway, wouldn't it be nice to at least be getting something back without having to have a bunch of credit cards? Using the link in my description with Bridge, you'll get some of the same perks as using a credit card, but with your regular debit card. I've been using them for a little bit now, and between the rewards and other things they offer like games on the side, I done already made a few $100s. I'm keeping it a stack. Scan the QR code on the screen or use the link in the description and sign up completely for free. Y'all been reaching out to me and thanking me for these methods I've been bringing y'all, and here's just another one to make you some easy money to do something that you're going to do already: spend money. So why not make it while you're spending it? QR code, link in the description, check it out, and let's get back to the video.
Ever bumped into my teachers when I was at school, like ever. She provided examples of randomly seeing blank. Haley said blank's residence is a few blocks from her parents' home. She described an incident where she was walking her dog while house sitting for her parents and happened to see blank. Haley denied ever trying to seek blank out or make any type of plan to meet up with him. I asked Haley if she's ever given gifts to blank. Haley said yes, but clarified and said she has given gifts to not just blank, but all of her student athletes. She said she
More victims.
He was a high school athlete and is active in athletics and would provide a bunch of snacks to blank and 3 other students on the football team. Haley said she got inspiration from another teacher, Mrs. Dunham, to provide the gifts. Otherwise, she has never given gifts outside of the school, which is a lie, as we'll get on to know. Next, I asked Haley if she knew anything that had occurred between blank and Angela. She replied very little, and said the day prior, when the staff was informed about Angela's investigation, blank was heavily talked about being involved. I asked if she knew about anything between blank and Angela. Haley said she didn't know and was confused knowing blank didn't have Angela as a teacher. I asked her if any of the students had a relationship or inappropriate relationship with Angela. She said no. Haley said she had heard rumours about other students and blank being involved with Angela, but said again they're rumours, which is again another really concerning thing, right? You, Haley, were a teacher at school hearing rumours that Angela, a teacher, was involved with other students, and that remained a rumour, did it? Did your school just allow these rumours about children being to circulate and no one actually did anything? This is why CSA, it goes under the carpet so many times, because adults just turn a blind eye to it. They just pretend they don't know what they're seeing because either they're guilty, like Haley, or they want to pretend that they haven't seen it because they don't want any bother, like as if a child isn't literally being She said she doesn't know much about Angela. She wouldn't come to staff outings, and she rarely saw her at football games. I asked Haley if she could think of any other students who could potentially be involved with Angela. Haley said she had heard from another student that blank would talk about Angela even though she wasn't one of his teachers. Haley didn't have any information that there was an inappropriate relationship. Going back to blank, I asked Haley when she was last with him. She told me she last saw blank approximately 1 week prior at the school show. Blank was at the school getting transcripts. Haley last spoke with blank via text message a few days prior when blank had told Haley he was going to California. Even forgetting all of the allegations that come after, texting your teacher that many times, or sorry, let me rephrase that. You texting a student, allowing your student to casually text you so many times is inappropriate. Yeah. Forgetting the grooming. When asked why allegations of an inappropriate relationship between Haley and blank would be made against her, she chuckled and says she has a few ideas. Haley said blank is a very sociable person and popular at school. He is good with his words, and seen it in action when blank talks to girls in class.
You're fucking... She's just self-snitching off this. She just starts glazing the nigga mid-interview with the cop. Oh my god, well actually he's so good with his words and he's very popular. So nice. Like, come on, bitch. Holy shit. Weirdo.
Haley continued and said the previous semester blank attendance was poor. He had voiced to Haley that going to college was important to him, so Haley helped blank with his attendance by opening her classroom to him after school to make up attendance. She felt because of this, the rumour started about blank and Haley. She said she's equally as close to her soccer students because they're girls. It's not talked about. She has confided in other teachers and was told younger teachers go through this. I asked Haley if blank would know where she lives. She said blank wouldn't have a reason to know where her parents live. Haley said he may know where she lives at the apartment complex, but not the apartment number. She said many students go to her apartment complex to use the pool. Right, okay. She said her apartment complex is near the school and the students happen to go there.
Oh, okay, right. It's the apartment complex pool. Okay. I was about to say, now you got students at your pool? Like, what the fuck are you? Teacher of the year? Why are all these kids so happy being around you?
She has been seen at the apartment by students, but they wouldn't know where her apartment was. I told Haley it had been put up during the investigation. There was a video of Haley performing oral on blank, and I asked if that was true. Haley adamantly denied and said absolutely not. That is one thing I would 100% deny. She said it's insane that would be alleged. I then asked Haley if there was a relationship with blank before and after he turned 18. She said no. Haley was adamant blank had never come to her apartment and she had never had a relationship outside of a student-teacher relationship. During the interviews, the sergeant asked Haley for the key to her residence due to the other detectives serving the search warrant on her residence. Haley said she doesn't have a key, but it has a PIN code to enter the home. She provided the number. I explained to Haley I was going to author another search warrant for her cell phone. I explained to her the process of forensic extraction and what I was going to do with that information. I asked Haley if she was willing to provide her passcode and explained it was completely optional and she didn't have to provide it. Haley provided me with her passcode number. I answered all of Haley's questions in that time. Haley left my vehicle and went with her friend she'd arrived with. While I was interviewing Haley, the detectives were executing the search warrant at Haley's apartment. I was contacted by a detective about a handwritten letter found in her apartment. I was able to later view the...
Something that I'm really starting to notice with these PDF files too, though, they're just fucking dumb. And it's like, I'm happy that they're this stupid because I guess it makes it easier for them to get caught, but wow. Like, she got all this evidence on her phone probably, when I think we're going to get into this later in the video, but it's like, yeah, no, go ahead, go through my phone, there's nothing in there, you won't see anything. Okay.
Letter which I transcribed as the following. Blank said, "You're probably going to think this is cheesy as hell, but you know I'm a words girly. I know you aren't dying and you're literally a text away, but I had little notes from people when I was studying abroad and would read them whenever I was feeling lonely. Obviously with you being away from your closest people, you may tell that way at some point. So read this if you do. 12. I'm really proud of you for choosing yourself in this situation, even though I know it was tough. It's kind of crazy to look back and realize in my 2 years of knowing you, our relationship has changed so much. I'm really glad I had the opportunity to teach you."
I've never in my life got a message like this from a teacher, bro. Matter of fact, I've never gotten a message from a teacher, period, because I've never texted a teacher before. The only context I've ever had that was considered a teacher at a school was coaches. And again, at best, you know, I might get a, yo, champ, hit me up. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, more mentor speeches face-to-face after practice. You know what I'm saying? It's that player coach relationship is completely different, honestly. I don't view it the same as teachers, honestly. But even then, like, my coach has never sent me a fucking paragraph. You know, like, what the fuck? This is crazy.
Your sophomore year. So this is a letter from Haley to him. This is insane. This is
this is like some shit that you see a girl sending to like their boyfriend. Our relationship over the past 2 years, oh my God, it's been getting so good. I love you so much.
so insane. We would have never really been chill with each other. I know there's some random times where you decide to hate me, but that's okay because I know at the end of the day we're solid most of the time. Oh my God, what a weirdo. I genuinely feel like you're a brother, maybe a cousin or step bro. Immediately lock this woman away. Immediately. What is wrong with her? I mean, that saying that it's weird to say that it's a brother thing is a confession in itself, because why would it be weird if you were just friends? Truly never thought I would be in this situation with you, but I'm glad to have you as someone who I think will be in my life for a while, even if we don't talk all the time or even
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's all the evidence we need right there. Should I just stop the video right here?
at all when you're in college. I feel like our little bond will always be there, so just hit me when you want to go and get wasted at a bar together and I'll send you my wedding invite one day. Which is funny because he literally isn't old enough to drink. This woman's a freak. She wrote a love letter to him. Like, this is so insane. The way that she genuinely thinks that this is all right and normal. I know you're nostalgic, so I hope you look back at our time together to be a good one. I know this isn't me saying goodbye, but I know things will be different. But don't forget our first pickball hangout, how you wouldn't get out of my car for like 3 hours, or our Sonic run after your state game, or all of the random times you fell asleep on my couch just waiting for you to invite.
She's in love with this nigga. What the she just spewing out random interactions? This is crazy.
Invite me into my room. You know, for this relationship being extremely wrong, I feel like we've made the most out of it. I'm glad I got to come to your tattoo appointments, even if you wanted me to bring you food. All of our car hangouts were fun. Or our nightmare adventure in Cali, like there is truly no other student I know so wrong that I'd want to do this with. Don't let this all go to your head, but I'm glad you're in my life. Okay, EO, WTF, I mean, you've been to my parents' house, in their closet. Insane. I feel like you have opened up to me about a lot of things. I'm glad that I've been able to be someone you can talk to. Wow, the grooming tactics are insane. Trying to like emotionally make this person rely on you and act like they're someone you can trust is absolutely crazy when you have literally victimized this poor child. Try to make it so that you're a shoulder to rely on when they've expressed they're going through a hard time. This is actually insane.
Wow.
Like, you professed yourself that the kid's going through a hard time, and you're saying in this letter that you acknowledge it's wrong and taking the piss out of people that would call it wrong, because this is literally like, you're a rapist, you're a child rapist. Children can't consent. We already know this. You're a child rapist, you're a groomer, and you're a abuser, and you're a sick who shouldn't be around children. I won't lie, I'm always looking forward to when you would come over, not even to do anything, but just to hang. I feel like I got good at being by myself, but even with you, it was just easy. Whether it was to talk, watch movies, make pizza, or do other stuff, I'm glad we have memories. And lastly...
Remember when the officer asked if they did any activities outside of school? No, you know, just talk to them, and I was close to the soccer team too. Just because they were girls, they didn't like it. This bitch was over here making goddamn pizza bites for him before they watched movies.
Kind of hit me that it'll be weird not seeing you during Storm the Halls, and even weirder not seeing you on the field. I'm sure you knew this, but you're the reason I went to all the games I could. Before I knew you well, I'd go to a few games this season, but last season I went to go to as many as I could, and I'm glad I did, because those were the—
She literally sounds like a fucking 7th grade child, bro. This is crazy. Like, I feel like this is something that a 7th grade girl would text to her boyfriend on the fucking football team or something.
last ones I'd be at you for 12. It's not going to be the same, but I'm happy knowing you're happy with where you're at. I'm proud of you and all the stuff you've done and you'll continue to do. This is just the beginning. Even though you will go to your grave saying we aren't peers, I'm glad to have you as a friend. Like, bro, you're the first person that got me to smoke weed. You're always going to have that title, so we're locked in for real. And maybe one day we'll be able to go to the aquarium 12. I'm here whenever. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing this is like a redacted thing. Even though you never say it back, I love you and wish you all the best. Even that little statement of even though you never say it back.
So she's out here love bombing this kid. And even the kid's like keeping it P to a degree. He's like, man, watch out, bro. Fucking weird ass teacher, bro. Get fuck out of here, man. All that love you shit.
It's not love, mate. It's not love. You don't love him. You're an abuser. You're a child rapist. You don't love the child. The child does not love you. It's very telling that the child never said, I love you, because despite you grooming them and making them believe that he's loved by you, he still didn't say, I love you back.
Yeah, he's still looking at it to it. You know, that's one thing about guys, though. You know, not to say that guys can't be victims either in these type of situations. But I ain't gonna lie. He probably, if I had any like thought process of thinking of how this nigga probably thinking, bro, he's probably just having a good old time, telling his friends, oh yeah, I'm clapping Miss Beck, and I don't give a fuck, man. And you know it's sad because he's still young. He probably don't realize how that shit gonna affect him early. So I'm not trying to make light of it, but I just know that this is how guys be thinking, bro. There's most guys have had at least one or two teachers that they were looking at and being like, boy, if I could, boy, I would. You know what I'm saying? Most guys wouldn't have turned down that opportunity. Now, again, I'm not trying to justify the shit here. I'm just saying that I do believe that, you know, young niggas going through puberty and having hormones build up in their body, that's probably their thought process. They just like, man, I don't love this fucking teacher. I'm just going with the flow. Like, and if her life gets ruined, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'd imagine that's probably his thought process. But again, that's why adults are supposed to be adults and, you know what I'm saying, stay in their fucking lane and just not be a goddamn weirdo. Like, you're not supposed to talk to children.
Because he doesn't love you because you victimized him and you're a horrible piece of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that evidence alone should be enough, to be honest, to throw her in prison and lock away the key. After seeing Hayley had blank's name as blank, I searched the messages for the contact blank. This produced 2 results with blank with the contact information of blank and blank with blank known phone number. The contact blank had a total of 4,170 messages from 06/20/2025 to 08/02/2025. For the purpose of this narrative, I will not document every single message, however, the entire conversation is being preserved as evidence. The following are the messages relevant to the investigation. Summary of messages. In this series of messages, Hayley is going to a concert and tells blank she will give him $5 per compliment for a photo of her outfit she was wearing. Hayley sends the photo of herself to blank and he provides feedback. Hayley sends blank $25.
That's what you see what I'm saying? She was tricking. This young nigga's like, man, watch out. Let me get this money real quick and all this bullshit from this girl. She going.
Per Apple Pay to blank. She then suggests a sleepover in Anthem where blank is going to be in a football camp. Hayley also sends a photo of alcoholic beverages. Yeah, I mean, like, how sick is it, right? That I'm getting the impression that the victim didn't even have these positive feelings, which it wouldn't be his fault if he did.
That's what I'm saying. He was just using her at this point. Like, again, he's still the victim, 100%. But it's like, it's almost comedic how stupid she looks here. She's paying for his attention. She's like, please, I'm gonna send you a picture and rate it 1 through 10, and I'll pay you each rate. Every compliment, I'll send you $5. I mean, fuck.
He was groomed by her. He didn't even have these positive feelings towards her. He did not like her. Like, I'm sorry. The fact that, like, you grew this child does not even like you. This child, like, you had to pay to give you compliments. Like, how embarrassing. Not only are you a rapist, pedophile and a groomer, but that victim doesn't even like
He
you.
doesn't
Doesn't
even
pay
like you.
victim to pay you attention. What does that say about who you are mentally? Like, she's got some severe issues. I don't even like saying that because I think she knows what she's doing. But like, it's this weird like delusion that not only does she acknowledge that people know it's wrong, she acknowledges it, she says it. She will never be able to use that as a defense in court because she acknowledges that it's so weird, right? This is so sick. Blank said, I'm gonna try and go in and get tatted. Blank, so I'll let you know after Hailey had asked if he wanted to get food. I have a small window before Post Malone to let me know, Hailey said. Blank laughed at Hailey's message. Blank said, I have to drive a total of 72 miles tonight. I'm not thrilled. Hailey said, rip, and sent a photo of her own outfit with the caption, posty fit, check it. I don't know what that means, some American lingo. I think the 1-2 is an exclamation mark and a question mark from what I can tell. And Blank reacted to that. Hailey said, 1 compliment gets you $5 gas money. He said, well, I'm gonna have to shell out about 5 compliments. Hailey said, better start now. Well, no, they're forced. I don't want them anymore. He said, I think your boobs are very fitting. They proportion well on your legs. Okay. I think your top is cute because of the fray lacy look. I think the hat is fire. Okay, Belle, I see that. And I like your hair straight. Boom. Hailey said, was that hard for you, to be honest? And then reacted, I think your top is cute, and reacted to the I think your top is cute message, and then said, you should have seen me last time I wore this shirt. It was tight on me. He said, crazy, cough it up. She said,
Yo, this nigga was like, bro, watch out, bro. Give me the money. Send me the money. Stop all the, yeah, crazy. Ha, cough it up. Come on, send me that shit.
you know what, you look good would have sufficed. Why the hell are you driving 72 miles tonight? He said, you said 5. Bro, because I have to.
Send me the fucking money. Yo. This nigga was like, bro, watch out. You doing all this extra shit, weird ass teacher, bro. Just send me my fucking money.
To go to this dumb camp at North High and then go up to Anthem to sleep before I leave for the morning. Hailey said, sleep over in Anthem. She said, don't forget to come get me, JK. He said, that's where I'll be. Hailey said, maybe. She sent $25 via Apple Pay and says, compliments. The concert won't end till 11. I would feel bad making you get me. He said, yeah, I'll be asleep. She said, wow, okay, see you.
Bro, he's being dry as shit. This I'm sorry, y'all. I know we literally aren't supposed to be laughing and making light of this because again, this is just wrong. But it's just crazy that it literally feels like a girl that is trying to get this is what I said. She sounds like a fucking young girl in middle school that's trying to get a guy's attention and the guy doesn't like her, but he likes the stuff that comes with her, you know what I'm saying? So he just keeps her around like, yeah, respond. Yeah, send me money. Oh, yeah, I need a ride here. Like, he's using her. And again, like, the added on thing, she's a grown woman and he's a child. So it's just like, it's fucked up and it's disgusting from her end 100%. But bro doesn't even fuck with her. Like, he's not even really falling for the shit. He's just like, bruh, what can I get out of this? Because this stupid, disgusting teacher is just going so easily.
I was going to make you drive to get me drunky snacks. Hailey sent a photo of her twisted tea cans. Later in the conversation, Hailey and Blank discuss going to Anthem so Hailey can eat. Blank. Hailey says, come pick me up. Blank said, I'm literally pulling up to my grandpa's. Hailey said, wah. Hailey said, I want to hang. He said, deep as I'm overly far. Hailey said, well, what is there to do in Anthem? Hailey said, nah, you gotta go sleep. Blank said, drive to Flag. Hailey said, right, so nothing we can do tonight. Blank said, I mean, you can Uber here. Hailey said, Anthem ain't too far. Blank said, I'll let you in. Hailey said, to your grandpa's. Blank said, and then in the morning you can drive my car home. And then light to your grandpa's. Hailey said, what can I do at your grandpa's for real? Hailey said, I'm capable of driving, not gonna lie. Blank said, then my car is stuck out here, lol, eat me, I don't know. Hailey said, yeah, well, duh, but what about your grandpa? Blank said, he's almost 70, he'll be asleep. Again, further proof she knows what she's doing is wrong. Okay, but be realistic right now, is me pulling up weird? Hailey said, and the time I get to it would be late, but like, I want to. The next series of messages, Hailey and Blank discuss where to get food. Hailey says, Blank can get your nut off with me, and she offers her services. It appears as if some messages are missing based on the progression of the conversation. Blank also asked Hailey to go to the dispo, which through my training and experience is slang for marijuana dispensary, and pick up marijuana products, and Blank would meet up with Hailey at a later time and pick it up. Well, are we picking up drive-through? Like, what's the vibe? Blank said, I don't got all day, I gotta get ready to leave at 7 a.m. Blank said, but probably like car mukbang. Blank requests money. Hailey sends the requested amount via Apple Pay. She said, you know, you could always just get your nut off with me. You're sick. Quoting what he said to her, alluding that he had said that she's sick. And she said, God forbid a girl offers her services. He says, you're funny. She said, I'm serious. Just call me if you're feeling crazy. He said, and that's why it's funny. Maybe tonight. And she said, or maybe we could keep it PG and get Froya. Again, another admission. She's so cucked, man. She's cucked. Good. I can't wait to see her be sentenced. Hailey said, but you know, all it takes is me just driving you. So he laughed and said, yeah, I'll see. I feel bad, but I want to go to the dispo, but I can't because I have dinner right now and have to pack. And so it's going to close by the time I can leave, and I'm asking you if you can go for me and just pick this up, and then I'll hit you when I'm done with dinner. She said, yeah, I can do that. So you want me to grab something from Dispo and then come to you? I'm still here at the sushi downtown, so that buys you more time. He said, no, don't come straight here. Wait till I text you. Don't text me though. Okay, just get another M fused any flavour. And I think she's been deleting messages, or they've just been lost somehow. She said, just stay at my place. I'll drive you to the airport tomorrow. Joking. I notice she puts joking all the time. I don't know if she like maybe is subconsciously putting that in case she
Yeah, it's again, bro, we've all had a girl before that was just overly going. You know what I'm saying? Like she puts it like, hey, I want to do this and this and this for you, JK, because I don't want it to be too much, right? Like I was just kidding, unless you're not kidding though. Like if you're not kidding, then I'm not kidding. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what it feels like. But again, she's fucking 20 plus and he's a high school kid. Oh, bro, this is crazy. This is actually, this is what's going on in the world right now. Again, I said it in the intro. It's like, I'm glad to a degree a lot of these guys are getting exposed and things are coming to light, but it's just like, it's almost scary how many of them are out there.
ever got caught, or she's saying it because she genuinely wants to do that, and she's like seeing what his reaction will be. I think it's textbook groomer behavior to almost push these boundaries and see how the victim will react. That's how I read it anyway. Obviously, I'm not an expert, but it just seems like she's not joking at all. If he said, yeah, sure, she would have been like, yeah, hell yeah. He said, Loki might ask you to. Haley said, whatever, I'm on my way now. If you don't hear from me in 15, send a search party because I probably crashed from falling asleep. He said, go down the street behind mine and come from the other side to my house, like the back part where the two streets connect. She said, if you can't, just let me know and I'm a dip. He said, okay, come to house. Haley said, I did. The next series of messages, Blank and Haley speak of Haley providing an allowance for Blank while he's away on a trip. Haley also sends a photo of her neck with the caption, not again, and says she has a hickey. Again, she's so cucked, genuinely. Later, the next day, Blank refers to Haley as sugar mommy while she refers to Blank as a sugar baby. Blank said, are you going to be my daily allowance service for the trip?
He's like, this nigga is milking this shit. Again, he's the victim 100%. I feel like I keep saying that for the idiots that watch these videos. Sometimes they can't take the nuance. They'll watch the entire video and hear what I'm saying the entire video, and then I don't repeat myself for the 40th time and then be like, You're acting like he's not the victim here. So I'll say it again. Yes, I know he's the victim, but holy shit, he's like, I'm milking this bitch for every last dollar I can get.
We set a benchmark, or do I just ask, buy the item? What are we thinking here? Haley sends a photo of a phone game with the caption, have you ever played this game? I feel like you'd like it. Haley said, this sounds like an official business deal. He laughed and said, I don't know about deal, more so communication. She said, yeah, communication is good. Don't get too crazy with demands, but I'm sure we can work something out. He said, LMAO, nothing you haven't seen before, probably just when I'm hungry. I'm finna eat probably at this connection in Houston. Haley said, it's fun anyway, get some food. He requested money. Haley sent a photo of her neck. Haley appears to be outside tanning. Her neck is exposed and red. Her head is slightly tilted to one side, and on her neck is a small red mark towards her throat. He said, oh goodness, Haley sent money. The victim said, you're going to have skin cancer. Haley said, talking about the hickey. He said, hey, sugar mummy, nice to hear from you at the perfect time, looking at you being telepathically connected. Haley laughed at it and said, you better suck up right now, because I cried myself to sleep last night because you didn't say love you back. I also decided I don't like the title of sugar mummy. It makes me feel used. He said, oh gosh, what title do you prefer, cry baby? Haley said, watch it. I'm being dramatic. I didn't cry, but I was visibly shocked. Darling or doll will suffice. Oh my God. This is just insane. And I acknowledge, I'm sorry, I'm not giving much commentary. I guess I don't really need to. It kind of speaks for itself. And I'm just sharing this with you guys, so I guess to raise awareness. And it's just so disgusting. Like, it's low-key an exhausting video to film. These messages, Haley and Blank discuss Haley's feelings of her being used for her money, and when their relationship started, there was nothing to do with money, which is funny because you are using money and items and drugs to groom him, and now you're mad that that's what he's after. This is a child that you're grooming using materialistic items, and now you're crying that those materialistic items are working in your favor. She's actually a monster. If I cut you off from the money benefit from all of this, I really fear you would never speak to me. He said, I don't know if we should try to find out. She said, is that a threat? I think you would miss me for just a little bit, but enjoy your expensive, I genuinely don't know what that says. He said,
yeah, look at her, bro. She's starting to realize that she's starting to realize that he's just using her for the money. And now she's starting to feel like it's like the little brain cells are ticking a little bit, like, oh my God, like maybe I should stop this. But she can't, because you can feel the obsession just through these text messages. Like, she is so much more interested than he is.
She said, no, I was just thinking about how we started off, literally nothing to do with money. Like, she keeps going on about it. He said, man, she said, back when you liked me for me and not my bank, you also sometimes like me for something that doesn't even require money, but obviously can't do that right now. In these messages, Haley tells Blank to catch her before her period starts the next day. Haley said, gotta catch me today before my period starts.
Why you gotta catch her? Why? Why? Why does your period matter? Why does that information matter to him? Oh, you must be
Tomorrow, I think, and sent a gif. Blank reacted, exclamation mark, question mark to a money request. Disliked, gotta catch me today before my period starts. Haley said, what the hell does the helicopter mean? I think that's a gif or something that was sent. He said, propeller motions. She said, meaning what? Next to a tongue like what? Right after you disliked a message about seeing me today, lots of mixed signals here. He said, I won't be seeing you today unless you pick me up from the airport and just devour my shit. Haley said, I thought I can't since you have to get your dad. There are numerous messages coordinating when to pick Blank up from the airport. Haley, I don't know how I'm supposed to devour you if I'm driving and dropping you off. He said, at the crib out front. She said, it's so sus doing it during the day, but okay, whatever you say. He said,
This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. This is some Euphoria ass shit. This nigga is like, he's starting to sound like Nate, season 1 Nate. He's like, now season 1 Nate, he was an evil person, but he's just like, man, I'm having my way with this stupid ass teacher. She gonna do whatever fuck I say. Yeah, do my shit in broad daylight. Watch out. Come on.
nah, come inside, chill, car it is. Haley, if no one was home, then yeah, preferably that. Haley, but I guess I'll settle for being a rebellious teen. He said, yeah, like always, a big kid stuck in high school, a high schooler, shit's crazy. The world.
He's making fun of her. He's literally roasting her shit.
We live in, am I right? She said, why are you complaining and making me feel bad? Like you're getting basically a relationship out of me without the arguments and constant need for commitment and reassurance, so you're welcome. He said, not necessarily complaining, sugar mama for real, start all the perks, cars, hotels, and even the apartment, what a gal. She said, yeah, and all while you have a girlfriend on the side. But at least you know that I'm not going to start arguments with you randomly. I don't know if this is supposed to be a compliment or offensive. He said, compliment, you're just not in a star body, that's all. I live.
Bro, he said you don't even look good. I mean, I'm taking it, I guess, but I mean, fuck. I wish you were a little bit hotter, though. Yo, he's roasting her shit.
Wildlife, what can I say? And she said, and there's the insult. Is it really insult or just a fact? She said, so is this you admitting you have a girlfriend? Because if that's the case, I'm not doing nothing with you. This is one of the most disturbing parts of the entire documents, I feel. It's this statement that she is fine being a rapist, groomer, abuser, pedophile who abuses her status as a school teacher to sleep with her students, but she'll draw the line on her victim having a girlfriend. That's how deluded this woman is. He says, I don't have a girlfriend for real. She said, okay, thank you. I really hope you aren't trolling me though, because weirdly that's when I'd cut off everything. Not like us being cool, just my physical and money services. So I hope you aren't lying just to keep it. He said, nah, for sure. I mean, if I was 27 and had a boyfriend that was a cop while I'm breaking the law with my student, I'd probably be conservative with my services as well. And that's the victim said that. It's so messed up. He said, but I don't know. I don't have any experience. That's just a thought. These messages, Blank and Haley are having a conversation about hanging out, and Blank wants his sucked. Haley said, really only like 20 away. It's not too bad. So when you leave, Jim, I'll leave. He said, I just left. She said, okay, so should I leave? He said, I'm trying to get my sucked, so let me know. She said, yeah, so can I leave now? I'll be there in 20. He said, all right. She said, 5 away. Do you want me to pull up in front of your house? He said, a little before, not in a light. Haley said, be there in 2. He said, literally, I'm all ready to walk out fresh out the shower. As soon as I get downstairs, the sharpest pain in my stomach ever, straight bubble guts. In these messages, Haley mentions being on her period, but can still use her mouth. Haley said, let me know if you need me tomorrow during your tattoo time, because I'm gonna be in Scottsdale, but then have to make my way back over here for Pilates. Haley said,
it's sad, man. Just sad. Like, again, we this is such a weird situation. But I'm just putting I'm trying to put my mind in the thought process of this woman. You are an adult. You're getting the child that you're trying to groom and, persuade to like you doesn't even like you. And then he's just bossing you around, using you just pull up and give me that top, you worthless nothing. Come on. I'm fresh out the shower. I want to get it done now. Quick, chop. You know what I'm saying? And then you're just a grown woman. You're like, yes, you hop in your car, you're speeding over there, you do what you do just to get thrown out by a child, by the way. It's like, this is a sad reality if he was of age. This is a sad, I feel bad for you if he was of age. But it's like, you are so desperate for attention and a partner. You tried to take advantage of somebody like this, and it's still backfiring. Like, it's still not working for you. Again, bro, I don't even know how to feel, because again, he's clearly the victim here, and I feel sorry for him because I don't think he truly knows how this is going to affect him as he gets older. And I think that's a thing that I think with a lot of guy victims in these type of situations, guys are dumb. Like, we'll just go with the flow and think it's cool and make and brag to our friends, and then you realize however many years later as an adult, like, how fucked up it was, and now you got to deal with the traumas of that. But it's very, very weird, bro. Like, I almost am like, Haley, what are you not seeing what everybody's seeing here? Are you not seeing how, like, backwards this is?
But then after, if you're not doing anything, we can get Froyo. My period started. I have an excuse. She then said, but good thing I can use my mouth. He laughed about this. Haley, if you ever want tequila, you'd have to meet me somehow or wait till I'm done. He said, yeah, when you're done, but not tequila, just a big bottle of whatever will get us drunk. But we're drinking Crown when we get there, so that's something that will mix with Crown. She said, let me get buzz balls, they'll knock you out. He said, Beck, get a biggie, a blue one. In these messages, Haley and Blank are having a conversation.
She was having relations with bro. She was having him drink underage. Yo, she is cooked.
About Blank breaking up with his girlfriend. During this thread, Haley asks when Blank wants her to suck his... Haley, but was mainly asking so you could come to my place again sometime unless you found others to do that stuff for you now, apparently. He said, man, it was. Haley said, I knew that was going to happen, to be honest. Like, you chose to be the nice guy. There's no compromise in breakups, but somehow she's still going to do the same. Like, do it now when you have the opportunity to be the one that didn't do anything wrong, or else the cycle will keep going. But your life, you do you. I just feel like you were ready to be done. Yeah, you would say that. He said, got it. She said, I feel like things are going to change with us when the school year starts again. In these messages, Haley and Blank have a conversation about the Kesha concert Haley attended. There is reference about Haley performing oral. Then Haley blatantly tells Blank, she will suck your tomorrow. No, for real, I can't wait to put this burrito in my mouth. Yes, I have my car. Why? He said, wow, want to put something else in your mouth? She said, I mean, yeah, dumb question. He said, let me know when you're outside. Haley said, no, I wish. I'm staying the night at friends. That's why I'm saying tomorrow. He said, darn. She said, I know, bummer. Haley said, what are you doing tomorrow? He said, take your 30-year-old ass home. What are you having sleepovers for? He said, I'm hungry. My house is empty, going to sleep. Haley said, because I drank and I'm being responsible. About smoke a selfie. He said, here we go. She said, brother, what are you doing tomorrow? I'll suck your then. He said, you're going to pass out. I don't know yet. Haley said, I know after
She keeps bringing the fucking sausage shit up more than he is. He's like, please don't forget about me. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Please, please, please.
This burrito. Haley said, okay, well, add me to your plans. He said, if I get an opening, I should. Haley then said, oh, cut it out. Haley said, you don't know what you're doing, but saying if you've got an opening, interesting. Haley said, like, prioritize me if you want my mouth around your... Prior to the next series of messages, Haley had offered her vehicle to Blank and asked if he had driven it, to which he declined. She asked him to take her car through the car wash and have it vacuumed. She also complained of a sore throat and that she would need a break. The following occurred on 07/10/2025 at 10:53. Haley said, I need approximately 1 day break from sucking. My throat is not well. He said, you can have until Monday. Haley said, nah, I can go as early as Saturday. I'm a champ. Haley said, got to get it out of my system before I leave for Cali. Similarly, again, Haley is seen offering all to the victim. Haley said, night, hit me tomorrow for brekkie, lunch, dinner, movie, suck, you name it. I'm a free bird tomorrow. Haley confronts...
Yo, this is crazy. I'm sorry, I'm pausing so much, bro.
Blank about a video a student said another student had seen. Haley said, hi, I have a serious question / problem. He said, what's up? Haley said, why did Blank just randomly text me saying she heard some crazy stuff about me? And so I said, what? And she said, Blank said, apparently you were going through your phone pics and showed a video of me sucking your... Haley said, I don't know when or who, but why is that a thing? Blank said, who is Blank? Haley said, Blank's girlfriend. Blank said, I don't know, that's wild, pretty crazy rumor. Haley said, I mean...
He doesn't give a fuck!
Scary thing, it's not a rumor. He said, says who? Sounds like a rumor to me. Haley said, but it's not a rumor that you have a video, if not multiple. But I'd like to hope you weren't dumb enough to show your guy friends or even tell them. He said, nah. She said, like, I'm not going to be mad, but clearly he knows all the shit we do, and that is more than I wanted him to know in the first place. But as long as no one else knows, like, all I've ever cared about is that you're honest about that part. Haley says, Blank goes, why is Blank calling Blank his baby mama? In the next series of messages, Haley and Blank discuss oral... Haley said, I'll stay up if you will come. Yeah, but turn your brain off for a few then. He said, and just get my balls licked. Haley said, sure, if that's what you want. Balls licked, suck, lots of it. Haley said, but like, come now if you're at all available, or just confirm you'll be coming at 11 so I'll know to stay up before I get too tired to perform well. I'm going to skip a lot of these messages now. I think you get the point. I don't think I need to go through, the entire stuff. It's quite mentally draining, and I'm sure you guys don't need to hear all of that. There was then a group chat leaked, which a lot of people have been talking about, where the victim and his friends are talking about her. One person says, how was it having our teacher eat the... He said, toothache gone, I'm locked in. He said, easy, laid there. Then she was like sweating on me and her belly was smacking my belly. He said, fat bitch. The person...
Yo, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy.
And then replied, said, fat.
They're you... Scum of the scum. Scum of the scum. It's very rare, you know what I mean? Like, again, I don't feel bad for her. I don't feel bad for her at all, but it's just a sad reality to live in. Here you are trying to be the groomer and the pred, and take advantage of these niggas, this young brother here. And he's just clowning you. He's just clowning you, using you, clowning you, thinks you're a joke.
Ass bitch. And then I had to get up and she was like me like this and she just wanted to lay down. So I crushed it for like 2 minutes and then came all over her face and then booted her and went to sleep. It was a crazy sight to see. Whole face covered in my kids. Literally, well, she's been wanting the facial. She said she couldn't see it. It got in her eyes. I started giggling. So I've seen a lot of people talk about this. Like, I did a quick TikTok talking about the situation. I had some comments basically saying, why are you defending the victim? He's misogynistic, blah, blah, blah. Genuinely the most crazy, right? Obviously, we can acknowledge that. Those messages aren't particularly nice to read. Not particularly nice, you know, to acknowledge that this is people talking about, you know, their attitude about women and stuff. But I really just don't think that's relevant in this scenario. Like, I really don't think it's fair to bring that up. I don't think it's relevant. I don't think the misogynistic tone to the language is at all relevant when this is a child, a victim who has been groomed and abused by his teacher.
He doesn't realize how it's gonna affect him later. And, you know, that's a whole nother conversation. And I said that already. But again, just it's I don't know how else to word it. Because it's just such an uncomfortable conversation. Because I'm not trying to come off as defending the actual person that is doing the wrong here. But she's just making a fool out of herself. And you're trying, she's doing the wrong shit. But as she's doing the wrong shit, the person that she's trying to persuade into liking her doesn't even like her.
Right, there's a time and a place to talk about misogynistic undertones. This isn't a time or a place. I get the vibe that this kid is doing his best to cope with everything that's going on because mentally at the age of 15, 16, 17, you don't have the brain power to deal with what you're dealing with, right? You don't have the capacity to know what's happening. It seems to me like a coping mechanism. And I could be wrong, I'm not the victim. It's truly such a disgusting situation. It's so horrible and I feel for the victim so much. They're all the kind of highlights of the video.
Word, man. Shout out to Shorty for providing that. You know, I'm gonna leave the link to the original video in the description if you guys want to go check her out. But Haley Beck, man, very crazy scenario. I've been seeing it go viral on TikTok. Everybody's been telling me to tap in. So there it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Very sad situation, disgusting situation. You know, pathetic situation, honestly. I'll let y'all know if we get any more updates on it. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. My name is Berto. Where you at, Berto? Join the Where You At family so you never miss a live stream reaction on Twitch. Link to that is in the description. I want to see you there in the next one.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look sweet.